Welcome to what? It's cooking night. Let's get cooking.
Thank you all for joining us tonight. We are happy to have Chef Jude with us this evening.
Yeah, welcome
Thank you for
everyone.
coming. And it is a little warm out there today, so keeping it light again, which I love.
Absolutely, and staying hydrated. Are you staying hydrated?
Working on it.
Okay, the staying hydrated is the most important thing, even in the winter time, right? Especially now, the more water you drink, add a little salt to your water, helps retain that in the body.
Okay.
Gets the blood flowing a little faster. Not just any salt. Do some Celtic salt or some pink Himalayan salt. And here's the guy. I do yoga, and I was getting dehydrated. And my girl tells me use pink Himalayan salt in my water with a little lemon, and bam, no more dehydration. It's amazing. Chef, you're a genius. It's amazing.
So it definitely helps. That's a good tip for the summer months.
Absolutely.
And what are we making tonight? I'm really excited because it looks like we have some shrimp.
We are doing
Shrimp,
pad thai.
chicken.
Okay?
Wow.
So we're gonna do shrimp pad thai. We've got some chicken here because in our recipe, a little variation. You can chicken, shrimp, tofu. So if you're a vegetarian, by all means. What is tofu? It's a soybean product. It's like a. It looks like a sponge, right?
Kind of does.
Or kind of a little cube of mozzarella. I kind of think it looks maybe that.
It definitely does not taste like mozzarella, nor is the texture like mozzarella. So it is very spongy. There's a soft or a firm tofu. So depending on your application, most people use the firm because the soft is super mushy.
Okay.
Textural thing, right? A lot of people don't like mushrooms. Right. A lot of people don't like that soft texture to it. So the tofu, high protein source for vegetarians, that allow them to have that similar type texture in our dish. So making sure that we're adding protein to the dish is always important, right along with staying hydrated.
Okay.
Got it. All right.
So everybody at home is making it with shrimp.
Everyone's gonna have shrimp tonight. We're just gonna do chicken just to show there's not really much of a variation. All it is gonna be cooking time in saute.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
So if anyone has a wok, break your wok out.
Miso plus.
That's right. Break
It's
your
time
wok
for
out.
me to walk.
It is time for you to walk.
Enjoy.
But we also have a drink tonight. It's the Arizona Sunset Margarita.
The Arizona Sunset Margarita. Maybe we'll keep it light, kind of keep it festive for those beautiful sunsets that are at this time of year.
Absolutely.
Because I know you see quite a bit of those.
We do, and everybody loves that sunset hour.
Yeah.
So let's get cooking. Tell us how we get started.
So we got mise en place. First and foremost, we're gonna need a pot of water, relatively large in size. This is medium, but this is gonna work fine. It's full of water. It's ready to be boiling. There's two ways to make these rice noodles. These are traditional Thai noodles. So you can either soak them in warm water for roughly 40 minutes, 30 minutes to an hour, it says, or we can drop them in boiling water for just a few minutes. So we're gonna go this process a little bit quicker. When you're doing this, you're gonna want to not constantly stir, but make sure that we're moving the water because they will stick together a lot. We don't want them to stick together, okay?
Perfect.
So just like making white rice, that starch being released, it's a large amount in a short period of time, which allows them to stick together, so we don't want them to be clumpy. We have a large saute pan, because we're gonna be sauteing today. If you have your wok, replace this with your wok, that'd be great. The only difference in the wok and this is that the high walls, it makes it a little easier. It actually maintains the temperature all right at the base of the wok, so that way that's the hottest point of it.
So the upper sides are gonna be cooler.
Yeah, they're not gonna be as hot as the focal point, right? And when you're wok cooking, you're typically cooking at 500 plus degrees.
Okay.
So when you see them work in the wok with the big old flame, it's 560 degrees.
Wow.
Right, so it's really, really hot. That's why it goes really, really fast. Okay, so we are gonna be sauteing, right? Next, our mise en place, we have our other ingredients here. What we wanna do, let's get our sauce made first. So this is going to be our pad thai sauce that we're gonna add to our saute.
Perfect. And it's good to kind of let it marinate, so that's why we're doing it first, right?
Yeah, we want the flavors to blend together, right?
And I don't know about you guys at home, but this is something, it just seems like there's a lot of ingredients. I don't know if I would just throw it together real quick. I mean, so do you find that it's just more difficult, or I love that we're making it here because you're gonna show us that's easier than I think?
Yes.
Okay.
So you are correct. When you read the recipe, you're gonna be turned off because you're like, that's a lot of ingredients.
I know, that's what I was thinking. That's like a lot of stuff.
Right, and it is a lot of stuff. The beauty about most of these things is we have most of them in the pantry already. We
Fair.
might not have rice wine vinegar in our pantry, but when you buy this, it'll be useful. And now that we've learned how to do this, you can apply it to many other dishes
And it lasts
for a long time. Soy sauce, pretty much everybody has.
Okay.
Brown sugar, pretty much everybody has.
True.
Peanut butter, pretty much everybody has. Sriracha. I don't know what restaurant you got these from, Jennifer, but we won't tell anybody. So this is sriracha in a packet. This is about all the sriracha that we're gonna need. If everyone's not familiar with this stuff, having this in your refrigerator, it lasts quite a while, but it does add lots of flavor. It's hot, but it's not, which means it packs a punch right at the beginning, but then fades away nicely. As opposed to like a jalapeno, habanero, or serrano, those oils stay in your mouth for much longer, which then make that hot stick around for much longer.
Right, that makes sense.
So this stuff is nice to use. If you're not one for hot sauce, leave it out.
I love that.
I recommend putting just a little.
Just to give it that extra little.
And
flavor.
then also Jennifer's favorite is the fish sauce.
Oh.
This is authentic. I know you can buy pad thai in a jar and it makes it much easier, but we're going to show you that you can make it. You can't buy this in a small jar.
I know, it's a lot, like it's such a big jar.
Share it with your friends.
Cause you don't use it that often.
Package it for Christmas. Give them a recipe and have a good one.
We've used a couple recipes with it.
We
so,
have,
yeah.
and like I said, once you get it, you will use it. It's not everyday uses, but then you're gonna start wanting to try the recipes where you don't have to then go out and buy all the 8 ingredients again. You'll have all of them in the house. So
I like it.
most of these right here and this are used in a lot of Oriental, Chinese, Japanese, Thai, and Korean type food. So all that Oriental blend, we'll say, all those countries over there, all these ingredients are utilized. So what we want to do is we want to mix all of our sauce ingredients first. We're gonna get some measurements here. So the fish sauce is going to be 3 tablespoons. Don't spill this in your car, trust me.
That's a tip we're all gonna take home for sure.
Yeah, don't spill it in your carpet. Mask it, trade it in, because you're never gonna get the smell. No, it's not, once you wash it, but it's very pungent, we'll say.
Yes.
So
And
we-
still, we're putting it in ours, even though we are opted to have the chicken tonight.
Because this is the pad thai flavor,
Flavor.
that's what we're going for.
Okay.
We're wanting to capture this in its natural essence, right?
So if I substitute my tofu, my
Your chicken or
chicken,
your shrimp,
or my shrimp,
you're still gonna make this base sauce.
okay, good
Right?
to know.
Yep, and we're gonna add some soy sauce. This is gonna be a tablespoon. We're gonna add some rice wine vinegar. This is going to be 2 tablespoons. We're gonna add some brown sugar, which is gonna be 5 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a good measurement there.
Okay, I have to measure everything out. I can't really do it that way, but we love that you can do it quickly. And we did measure when we gave it to you, so.
It's
for anyone
5
at home, it's
tablespoons.
easy. Yep.
We have our sriracha. So with this one, it's as much or as least as you want. You're gonna wanna put some in there because you are gonna wanna capture that flavor. This is gonna call for a tablespoon. I don't think one of those quite equals a tablespoon, so we're gonna add another one. And I know this house likes it spicy, so we'll.
After that, we like it.
Give this a quick little stir. We're gonna add our peanut butter. Traditionally, they use a different peanut sauce, but it's hard for us to gather that. So
I think those little packets though are kind of interesting. I guess that's like Skippy on the go. Little to-go packs. I just think it's really cute, but
yeah, and
really high protein if you're ever out on the go and you want to snack. I mean, I just think that's really,
I don't
interesting.
carry a slice of bread in my pocket, but in case you're looking to make a PB&J on the go.
especially if you have kids or something like that. It's I've never even seen it. So
No, and
our team is very, they find all the interesting things.
but this is nice because it's product control, right? So if you're not a peanut butter eater, but you're gonna use it for cooking applications, you're talking each one of those is about a tablespoon, so.
Which is actually really great because then you're done and you don't have to have it lying around a big jar.
Right, especially if you don't eat.
Right.
But if you need a quick snack and pick me up, this is nice and protein. Hit it on the road while you're driving to your next client.
You never know.
You
It
never
might come in
know.
handy.
You never know, that's right.
Although I don't know about you guys, but you can't keep anything in your car right now. It is way too warm.
It is way too warm.
We did get some brand new Yetis I want to share with everybody while you're mixing that up. We have some really great sized Yetis. Just refer a client to us. We've got also this Colster, so you can put a beer can in there. It's pretty awesome. We have multiple colors, but refer a client, we can send you that. We also have some new made-in cookware. We're going to be experimenting with one of ours today. It is cast iron, actually. It's a cast iron that doesn't,
It's enamel based.
it's an enamel
cast-
base, yeah. So the nice part is it'll be fun to cook with it, to do something a little bit different, but we'd love to have client referrals. And if you have someone, friends and family that are interested in purchasing or selling real estate, we'd love to have a referral from you. And we have lots of fun appreciation marketing that we want to pass out as well. It's always interesting how you can get that peanut butter mixed in there.
So your immersion blender, your kitchen blender, your food processor.
We'll get it in there, just like that.
Yep, and it'll combine it all to where it's like a much smoother texture. For our purposes, it's not gonna be too big of a deal, but we do want to make sure that we're not having big clumps of it, but that it is well incorporated. So it looks like I got most of the big clumps taken out of there anyway. All right. So we're gonna set that guy aside, let it sit there. Yeah, when you hit that in with your food processor, there's a slight separation due to the fish sauce consistency with the acid and the peanut butter, so it's not allowing it to blend thoroughly because we're not adding enough blend to combine those molecules together. Okay?
Yes.
Just like when we made the hollandaise sauce, we could sit there and whisk and whisk, but we taught you guys how to do it in an instant. So we got our noodles, we got our water, it's boiling over here. I am gonna wanna drop just a little bit of oil in there, not a lot.
Just so we don't stick together.
So these guys cook really quickly.
I don't know that I've ever had rice noodles. Have you guys had rice noodles out there?
Not pad
I
thai?
don't know that I have. So this whole dish is gonna be a new experience.
Nice. Testing the taste buds.
Absolutely, I love it.
That's really what we wanna do. So it looks like we are gonna be able to. do it. I was just making sure we're gonna be able to, before we overcrowd that, and then we have a gigantic mess on our hands, and we don't want that. So you wanna make sure we have enough water, enough space for the noodles to cook evenly without having them clump up and to be just a gigantic mess. So as you see, they are starting to soften relatively quickly.
Wow, very quickly.
You're talking 3 to 5 minutes for these guys of boiling water,
Wow.
4 to 6, so
3 to 5, 4 to 6, kind of all in that same ballpark.
depends on how boiling your water is.
Exactly. And how many you have in the pan.
Which is true, yeah. So we're gonna let those dry a little bit.
Awesome.
Next thing we're gonna do is get our mise en place for our Arizona sunset.
Oh, all right.
So we're gonna get our shaker, little orange juice. We have some nice Blanco tequila.
This also has a lot of ingredients.
All right.
Oh,
Ding, ding, ding,
Oh.
ding.
Our freezer is not producing ice today, so we have
Fancy.
not ahead. I don't know about you guys, but I have seen lots of maintenance, home repair issues this summer, always making sure our AC is working properly. We are gonna start sending out quarterly, kind of just home improvement ideas or maintenance ideas that you should be doing every quarter to your home, because I know I have run into it in the last like 6 or 8 weeks, just a lot of things weren't working properly. So we could do better maintenance. We want to share those ideas with you guys. It'll be something fun to celebrate, and also give you some of our vendors' names, to make sure we have all good vendors to call.
Give these a stir. So they're not gonna clump.
Shell, do you have a preference between the ways that you cook the noodles, or are you just opting for this way through time?
I think when you let them rest in warm water for the time and let them soften up for these noodles works best. Because it doesn't extract the starch so rapidly, which then allows them to not clump together. So since due to time, we don't have an hour to let the noodles just sit and hang out. But when you're at home, you have that time, you let them sit in a bowl of warm water, not hot water, but warm, not cold. Basically, your normal tap water at this time of year is pretty warm. So what you're gonna wanna do is just, you let them sit in there and in a bowls where they're completely submerged, give them a stir a couple times, and you'll see them start to soften up. You'll see the starch being released slowly to where the noodle kind of works a little bit better when it goes to something.
Okay. So the quicker, like boiling like a typical noodle is a time factor.
Yeah, and so the temperature of the water, right? The temperature of the water is changing that process. So by it being so hot at 212 degrees, we gotta make sure that we are on top of that. Otherwise, these things will turn to garbage and they'll just be mush.
Good to know. That was a great question. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, anyone else have any questions out there? How we doing so far? Everyone coming along? It's different and they're actually really good.
I'm excited to try it.
Mary Ann says hello to both of you.
Oh,
Hi, Marianne.
Glad to have you back. Did you have some fun travels? I know you were out traveling, enjoying your summer elsewhere.
So we're gonna take a look here, see what our noodle looks like on the inside. So I popped, see, there's 0 white in there,
Oh, yeah.
means we're ready to roll. Almost. So like right now, we could cut these off and just let them sit here a minute. That's what we're gonna do. Because by the time we're done with our cocktail, it'll be time to strain. We're ready to go. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna cut the heat on that.
Perfect.
All right, we got our ice, we got our shaker. We are going to need 2 ounces of Blanco tequila. You can use any tequila, but typically when making margaritas, you're not going to want to use a Reposado or the Añejo just because those are aged tequilas, so they're going to have a different flavor profile.
Right.
Those are more of sipping type tequilas. 5 ounces of juice, which is going to be almost this little travel size, simply orange juice. Then we're gonna need 1 tablespoon fresh squeezed lime. Get all that juice out of there. So now, put our top on. What's the shakes? 30 shakes.
30, here we go.
Okay. Ice in the glass here. Just even on the kitchen counter, the ice melts so quick.
I know, doesn't it? Well, especially that because it's made in the ice maker, it's not in a refrigerator,
Oh, yeah.
so it's much thinner.
Uh-huh.
So what do we do at these? They just go on top?
We'll just drop them in there. So we're gonna need a tablespoon and a teaspoon. So the Chambord,
Okay.
it's gonna be a tablespoon.
I knew it had to have that red color somewhere.
Handy dandy measures right on the side of this jar. I like that. Very good.
Very neat. I feel like everything had a lot of ingredients tonight. Looks delicious.
Nice garnish with the lime.
Who's tried that already? Have you guys tried it? I'm excited to try it.
So it's real here. That way your guests can squeeze their lime on top if they like it. You can sugar the rim if you want, salt the rim if you want. If you want to stir, you can. I'd like to see the sunset the way that it normally goes.
That is, I do like the differential though. All right, cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Okay, that is delicious.
Pretty refreshing.
Very refreshing. Very good. This one's very good. Never tried it before. How about you guys? Have you tried it before? Awesome.
Will you make that again for us?
Now that you know how.
Now we're gonna strain our noodles here. We are gonna wanna try to cool these quickly. So we're gonna run some cold water on them. The reason we wanna cool them quickly is we're shocking them. If you had a nice scoop of ice to throw on top, you could throw that on while we're cooling them down. That way they'll cool quickly. Because we wanna stop the cooking process as fast as possible. Because we're gonna continue to cook them when we put them in our saute pan. You want a commercial break and then we'll get started.
Steve, you want a commercial break?
And now we'll go a word from our sponsor.
Always have sponsor words today. We're so excited to have you guys here. Thank you so much for joining and really joining us on our cooking journey. It's been so much fun for 4
4
seasons.
seasons.
And we're nearing the end, so we still want to have some of your feedback and things that you would like to see us cook with you. And what do you want to tell us about the market, Gene?
Well, first I want to say, give us your input, give us your feedback for kids. Let's do at least 1 or 2 kids months where the kids are involved and they learn how to get like a mac and cheese that we help you make, and maybe a dessert. Baking, I can't do. Chef, can you bake? Who? I hear,
Baking is fun.
I hear an owl over
Could
there,
be
so.
children, grandchildren, anyone that you guys want to have a little fun with. It might be kind of fun to do something like that.
Yeah, and flambe. We can do it where you blow it up, like,
Those
hey,
are pretty impressive.
Chef,
desserts.
can you do like a flambe coffee, maybe coffee Diablo?
We can.
There you go.
Might be kind of fun as we get into cooler weather. A little warm right now, but yeah.
Yeah. So as we move into the holidays, give us some ideas, charcuterie boards, anything that you guys want as we move into the holidays.
Wonderful.
So here you go. We just got back from Mega Camp. Mega Camp is where the top 5,000 people across the United States in real estate at Keller Williams that do the most production get together and mastermind and come up with solutions to today's problems. So here's the good news. We still have a shortage of homes. Anytime you have a shortage, things should go up. That's good. The GDP is down, which we were hoping for. Inflation is down below 3%,
Right.
which is what we were
Good.
hoping for.
Mhm.
Unemployment is still down below 6%. So all the government indicators are good if you just looked at them. However, the other news, history always repeats itself. If you are a student of history, I've been in it for 45 years, and I've lived through 9 bad cycles, because what goes up must go down. Otherwise, it would just always go up.
Absolutely.
And nobody would be able to afford a home. So we've been going up long enough that we have to have a little bit of a dip for sure, which technically we've actually been in recession for probably 4 months.
Since about March.
Yeah. So that's the good news. And the better news is real estate is local. So you guys worry about the Phoenix Metroplex. Builders over the last year and a half have taken out of the 15% dip. Builders took a 10% cut. And the guys that have used homes only took about, what, 5 to 7? So you saw resale go down a little bit,
And
but
now it's good.
but new home builders dropped their prices. Now, as we start coming out of this with lower interest rates, we have a lot of people that have been sitting on the fence.
Because they have their low interest rate and they're really not wanting to make a transition to something higher, a bigger payment.
So everyone comes back into the market. Builders don't give you as much of a discount, which means the price has already gone up. And historically, new homes go up 5 times faster in the first 5 years than a resale. Now, Beth mentioned earlier, she's seen a lot of repairs. If you're in a used home, resale home, you have roof, ACs,
A water heater.
hot water heater. If you want to remodel a bathroom, it's probably 20,000 now.
At
Used to
least,
be 10.
at least.
And I heard someone say a kitchen is 20, it's 100,
At least 50.
at least 50.
It just all adds up these days. And so we'd also want to help be your resource for any of the repairs or any of the vendor needs that you have.
And we can do that.
Right. And
We
can help
actually
you.
have a program where if you have the equity, we'll foot the bill. We'll have our people go in and help you upgrade your home in a very short amount of time. And then we'll put it on the market for the best price. And with this program, you're getting about $50,000 to $75,000 more with a $10,000 to $15,000 improvement.
Right. But with the builders, I think if you are looking to buy today, or you have children or grandchildren that want to buy today, and are looking for a new construction property, there are some great deals out there with the standing inventory and with the builders still today willing to buy down the interest rate. Some are willing to buy it. You want to make sure you're educated. You want to make sure we help you with that, because some are willing to buy it down for only 1 year. Some are willing to buy it down longer, or you could add extra to buy it down a longer term. So all of those are things that you're going to want to understand about each builder community as well.
And we can help.
And we can help you with that.
So to wrap it up, I want to say hi to my mom and dad. My dad got me into the business 45 years ago. So we love you guys. Woo! And we can't wait to get back to cooking.
Absolutely. Let's
Let's
see how
get
chefs
cooking.
look working in the kitchen.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for that great market update. As you see here, our sauces kind of
Is that all your way?
combine it together a little bit more. So the oils of the peanut butter are breaking down a little bit, so it kind of emulsifies a little bit better. So like I was saying, if you were to use your immersion blender, something that's gonna give it a lot of incorporation at a higher speed than our whisk is, it'll bind that together better. So it's not a big deal. We're gonna get all the same flavors anyway. So we're ready to saute.
Ooh, love it. So if you're doing the shrimp, it's just gonna be a little quicker, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we're gonna get our saute pan nice and hot, very high. Like I said, when you're wok cooking over 500 degrees, so you're gonna wanna make sure that you got it ready to roll. We're gonna get our noodles ready. While our pan's heating up, we're gonna wanna scramble some eggs. I got 2 eggs here. I got my garlic, I got my bell pepper, sesame oil, and some regular
Okay, wrap it up.
olive oil, so just we're gonna whip these together. Grab my handy dandy whisks here.
I think we have whisk over here for you.
I'll show in the kitchen where it's
Oh, I got this one.
2 fourths. Mash your yolks.
Always have forks in the kitchen, right?
Always have forks in the kitchen. So that whisk right there is gonna take a lot longer time to break those yolks up like that.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So all we did was
Speed it up.
speed it up, simplify the process. especially for the amount of egg that we're doing. So we're gonna wanna make sure that that yolk's broken up nicely. There we go. Not there yet, but we're getting there.
I don't know if I would have thought that the pork process was faster.
It's just
Interesting.
because of the small amount of product that we're using, right? So to put this big old thing in that little bowl and try to whisk it around, the two forks together
It's
it
quickly.
creates a better whisk in this type of application. Grab our shrimps. Oil. A little bit of sesame oil. You want to be careful, this stuff is pungent. If you like it, you can only use it. If you don't like it, you could leave it out. I would recommend putting some in there, right?
Okay, and what's that flavor differential that's gonna give you?
The sesame, smell it right away.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Right away, right away.
Interesting.
So
I
that's
wouldn't
a-
have thought it was gonna smell that much, but
Key component into this dish,
Dish.
right? Absolutely.
I
Capturing
like that.
flavor. So pan's nice and hot. We're gonna add some bell pepper. Nice saute sound, I like that.
Wow.
This is gonna be a fast process, just because how fast it is.
Well, the key is making sure your pan is hot enough, right?
Yes.
Okay, so doing this, you wanna make sure your pan is hot, we get that same crackling
Yeah.
and bubbling.
We're gonna add, so we'll do our bell pepper first, because we don't want to burn our garlic. Our garlic. It's gonna be still same fast. Remember, we are at high temperature, so you are gonna want to be mindful. Keep an eye on that garlic. Make sure that we're spinning it around and moving it. If we're constantly moving it, it's constantly changing size, which allows it not to burn. As I can see, some of those little pieces in there starting to get pretty brown. We're gonna add our shrimp.
We just happen to have a few larger shrimp in the freezer, so we threw those in, because don't ask me why, but we only had 3 left. To get rid of them.
Yeah, so using like a large shrimp, a 3140 for this application would be good. And as you can see, turn our heat down slightly.
Right, because
Just
we've
so
got,
that garlic is getting nice and brown, which isn't too bad because it's not burning, but since our pan is nice and hot, it's gonna be able to retain that heat. So we'll be okay. Okay, so once our shrimps are cooked, which they're almost there. Get this side a little bit. So when you're using, like I said, a nice large shrimp, you don't have to use the colossals like these, even the jumbos, but something that's bigger than your mediums. These are pretty small guys. You want something that's fork tender, right? So or the size of a bite, essentially, since our bell peppers are that size. And
put it all even, so you're getting a bite with everything in it.
you're being able to get everything in a bite. And mostly everything is what you're really trying to look for there. All right, so what we're gonna do here now is we're going to scrape all of our stuff off to one side. We're gonna try to keep it off of the heat, essentially, so we don't burn any garlic. We're gonna want to add a little bit of oil just right here. That's for our scrambled egg process.
Just always wondered how they did this in there. Now I'm seeing it firsthand.
Yep. So just continuing to scramble it so that way we can make it into small pieces.
And you only poured half of that mixture in there?
Just because of our.
Our
ingredient
size?
there. Yep,
Yeah, we were trying to keep it size wise.
portion it, right? So we don't have a whole bunch of egg in there that is unnecessary.
So you could put all the rest of your egg in.
Yep.
For if you had more shrimp in there.
Right.
So we're just keeping it.
We're making one dish right now. Yep. All right, there. Now that our eggs scrambled up nicely, we're gonna want to add some noodles. If your noodles are starting to stick, once they come out, you can go ahead and hit them with just a teeny tiny bit of oil or just run them under the water again. So release the starch from them sticking together.
The,
Our pad thai sauce.
yeah, need that. And while you're stirring, we want to thank our
Beans
photographer, Aaron and Shannon and Daniela for helping us out tonight. They're all in the background. So thank you guys. We appreciate your help.
So I'm doing is taking the peanuts here. And I'm just gonna give them a crunch. So that way they're a little bit smaller pieces. Into our dish and they're not whole peanuts, right?
Right, you don't want that big of a bite.
But and this transfers through nicely. So that way.
One of the, viewers got fish sauce and anchovy sauce. Is there a place where the anchovy sauce should go?
In place of the fish sauce.
One or the other.
Here.
Yes.
Did we send you
So
both?
one's the tamarind probably. The tamarind sauce. Is what I'm guessing is what it is. So on our list of ingredients.
They got both, so they just weren't sure where to use the anchovy.
In plate with, if it's sauce, is it paste or is it sauce like?
Whatever they made, they did something. It's great.
Oh,
Yeah.
that looks delicious.
So the anchovy is gonna have a slight different flavor, all right? Not by, it's different for sure.
That'll be dish for dish number 2.
That's right.
Oh, that looks delicious.
So all I did was turn the heat back up for just a second. It's gonna come up and then we're gonna plate.
So you can really smell all these flavors together.
All of those
Sounds great.
ingredients, right?
I mean, it seemed like a lot, but it's quickly,
It's super fast.
especially with shrimp, because I think shrimp is so much quicker to cook.
Well, and a lot of people think that once it's like pink that it's done, it's actually done kind of far before that.
Right, yeah.
But it does turn pink. So a little bit of garni here. Got some fresh cilantro.
Nice.
Do just a nice little chop on this. What we'll do is we'll grab our bowl here. Grab our tongs. Get our ingredients. I'm sure we get all those little shrimpies in there.
They confirmed that it is a sauce, not a paste, so we were just using it in place of.
Yeah, in place of the shrimp sauce, you would use the paste. I will just speed it up, right? Make it help.
And it's so good.
Oh, I can't wait. I love it. Wow, that looks delicious for your. I think- Don't touch that thing.
Little cilantro to go around, little green onion. Of course, a little bit left of our chopped peanut.
Oh, that looks delicious. How do you move that now to our area? Balancing it.
And there you are, shrimp pad thai.
Wow, wow. Love that. That looks so amazing. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
because
thank
this is
you.
something I've never made before. How about you guys at home? Have you ever made this?
Super fast, super easy.
I know it's all the ingredients kind of scared me, but you whipped
When
it
you-
together. This is almost the fastest show we've had.
And when you eat them, you're gonna go, holy cow.
Wow.
Never thought fish sauce would taste so delicious.
Fish sauce?
Yeah,
I know,
don't
it's
spill it on your
crazy.
shoes.
Oh my God, look at that beautiful masterpiece. Guys, we love you. We appreciate your business and thank you so much.
Thank you,
for
everyone.
joining. Have a great evening.
Bye.
Thank you.